Yo, I respectfully disagree podcast. Back in the building. Y'all know the routine, man. New face, new voice. Want to welcome Lavelle to the podcast.
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
You got it, bro. You got it.
You finally made it.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this shit forever, dude.
Yeah, we definitely
Pull it over
have.
a little close to you so I can hear you.
Yeah, we definitely have, man. It's been a long time coming, but I'm heard now. So
Definitely appreciate it, man. You've been rocking with me from day one.
Yeah.
So definitely appreciate it.
Love
been pulling up on you.
I love the girl, you hear me?
I done made that drop off several times, man.
Yeah. People at work, even you dig, trust. Who's that? I said, my peoples. You dig? Tune in. I tell them all the time, tune in.
That's
dig,
it.
show the love, show the support, the homies, shit, all that, man.
Support the homies. There it is.
Yeah, 100, man.
Look, got E on the live already. Oh, man, we just now getting started. So, we were supposed to chop it up during the tournament, really throughout the season for real, because it was kind of up and down in terms of, big games. I was like, damn, all right, UK balling. Then we'll mess around and lose to somebody we ain't got no business losing to. And we had been chopping it up back and forth. So then the tournament was getting ready to start. And we supposed to do something then. We didn't get to make it happen. And now, boom. We ain't got no coach, man. We ain't got no coach. So how do you feel about that, man? Do you feel like the fans are to blame, or do you feel like he already knew he was out and this was the perfect opportunity?
I mean, honestly, my personal opinion on that, the fans definitely had a part to do it. I mean, you had games holding up sign like go to Texas and stuff like that. I mean, a coach is only gonna take so much. And I mean, Cal was still, you know what I'm saying? He was being Cal. I mean, he gets the players, but what have he done for us lately, though, bro? I mean,
that's the $1 million question. Go ahead.
I would have took another toll of him being back, but it's just now it's like this couldn't have happened at a crazier time.
Yeah, it's ugly right now, man. And it's like I saw today where the coach from Baylor was like, I don't want no parts of that. Yeah. Which I wasn't really feeling that move no way, if we gonna be all the way honest. And that's what we gonna talk about today. It's like who do we feel should be the right man for the job? And that's gonna be the key component, because it's like you said, the fan base. And I'm gonna throw myself in there. I apologize, Big Blue Nation. If I ran him off, that's my fault. But it's like Calipari's style just rubbed me the wrong way, and it goes all the way back to even in Memphis, because he had some monsters in Memphis, and it's like, granted, the year that they played Kansas, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you saw a little glimpse, and everybody kept, oh, they can't shoot free throws. He can't teach free throws. He can't coach free throws and this and that. And it's like, all right, you gave him a pass. So then he came here. And DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know if you saw it, the little back and forth he had with Rondo. He's like, when he got here, man, Kentucky was down. That is true.
Yeah.
So it was like, that was the spark that we needed. Everybody was excited. I had no idea who John Wall was. I saw that mixtape right before they came. I was like, he coming here? Yeah. So you was just excited. Yeah. And we rode that wave. And like you said, man, Kentucky was jumping.
Yeah, we was the hot Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, from John Wall to Cousins to Bledsoe. I mean, we had the doorway to, as they say, the pathway to get to heaven. That it was going through Kentucky. We had everybody, and then, like you said, celebrities was at our game that you wouldn't even think would come to our games, but they hurt. So now it's like,
and okay. That's why I was saying, it's like his style just started rubbing me the wrong way. Now, shout out to, this is the third episode I done on Kentucky in the last couple of weeks. But it's like, for those that hadn't listened to either one of them, I said that in terms of, once we lost to UConn with that Julius Randle team. And I was like, bro, didn't make no adjustments. We going under all the screens when we should have most definitely played up. They was guard heavy. That was Napier and them.
Yeah, yeah. We shouldn't have lost that
At all.
we
It's at all. And I'm like, if you really want to be honest, and I give that John Wall team a pass because it's like, all right, it's their first year, whole group of freshmen. That's a big stage we play in West Virginia. But it was like, bro, they in a 1-3-1
man.
with a guard on the back. And we got Cousins. Orton was on that team. I'm like, bro, we got two of the best penetrating guards in America.
We had PP, Patrick Patterson. He was
Look, I forgot about him.
I mean, that should have been a cash-in year, but I'm willing to accept that he got us at least to the Elite Eight. So I did accept that. And
Right. So everybody was just like, nah, man, like, just give him time. We got another class coming behind that. Then it kept, we got another class coming behind that. Oh, don't worry. So then I'm going to the Big Blue Madness, and I started peeping how he was talking. And it's like, oh, this kid, #1 draft pick. This kid went in the first round. We got another Final Four banner. And I'm like, bro, like, why are you gaslighting this? Like, bro, we don't care about no Final Four. We want the big one.
We want the real deal. Yeah.
So then it was just like everybody just kept giving him pass after pass. And the more I started watching these games, and I'm like, bro, to me, in my opinion, he can't coach. And I'm like, no disrespect. Like, I'm not using this episode to bash him, man, because at the end of the day, bro, he had a successful run.
Yeah.
He did what we brought him in here to do.
He got us one.
Turn us around, bring the energy and the life back to the university. You can't complain. But it's like, okay, we got the #1 or the #2 recruiting class year after year after year, but we ain't doing nothing with it. So now we getting smacked by the bottom feeders, and it's like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Robert, you can still be on here, bro. All you got to do is call in. Hold on. I'll set it up to where you can call in. I told you that.
Yeah.
He said he got something he want to get off his chest. Look, I told you, if I'm the reason why Calipari left, man, my bad. I apologize. Because he said he was upset. He's like, man, I don't know where we go from here, but that's what we going to talk about. I'm going to quit rambling in a minute. I'm just setting the tone for why I used to say the things that I said about him. Hell of a recruiter. We know this.
It's in the books. We know who you can recruit.
We know
Know
this.
that, man.
But it's like,
you couldn't put nothing together. There's no way. And then another thing that pissed me off so bad about Cal, we should have been the first team to go 40-0, bro. There's no way we should have lost. We have way more talent the year we lost to them than the year we beat them with the lesser talent. Yep. We had two separate starting fives, you know what I'm saying, as they call it, the platoon. Why did we lose that game? My personal opinion, he put a little too much trust in them twins in that game. You shouldn't have took out Booker. You shouldn't have took out Ulis. When they was in, we came all the way back. Carl Towns was killing Frank.
Mm-hmm.
What'd he do? They called a timeout after we was killing. Who comes back into the game? When I seen that, I said, yeah, it's not going to be too good right now. And what happened? We lost. The big shot, it wasn't coming through for us this year, Aaron. It wasn't. That year it wasn't coming through, man.
Look, so, I was at Disney World, man. This supposed to be the most magical place in the country. Yeah, maybe the world. I'm in Magic Kingdom. I'm like, bruh, y'all go ride the ride, go do whatever y'all gonna do. I'm finna go watch the game, bruh. So I'm sitting there in the little restaurant, and I'm just sitting there looking, and I'm mad as hell. And I'm like, bruh, from my standpoint, and anybody can fact check me, if you go back and watch that game, I feel like, in my opinion, his method of switching everything on the screens is what cost us too. Because Kaminsky and the other dude kept getting switched out up top. He had the Kari in the game.
Slow-mo.
And they was just blowing by him. And I'm like, once the defense was breaking down, that's where they started killing us. And I'm like, he has no philosophy in terms of defense. You got the best talent in the country. All these kids, the fastest, jump the highest. Why not instill defensive principles and lock motherfuckers up? Excuse my language.
Yeah.
You got the best of both worlds. I got all these raw athletes, and if I teach them defense, we shutting everybody down.
We're unstoppable.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, why is he switching everything? And you got your 7-footers out here on the island, and he never adjusted. And I'm like, nah, bro. I started looking at him sideways.
And the only 7-footer that I trust out there was Willie. He was the only one. College Stan was the only one I trusted out there.
Got a few people on the live. Adrian, the next coach that is actually possible for Kentucky that should try for. Billy Donovan, followed by Bruce Pearl. Look, we gonna talk about it. That's what we here for today. That's what we gonna chop it up about. I was just setting the tone for the conversation in terms of why I was one of the Kentucky fans. I hold myself accountable where I'm constantly bashing dude. Yeah. People start questioning whether or not I'm a fan or not because I'm literally every night I'm watching the game from a standpoint of I know what the kids can do or what they're capable of.
Yeah.
I feel like every coach's job is to develop and help them get ready for the next level. Because to me, he didn't do that.
To me, that's why they come to you. They trusting you to get them ready and prepared for that. And a lot of them was just the way he was looking at it to me is like, I already know you gonna make it. I just need you to be here for a while. I need to use you for a little bit.
Help me help you.
Yeah. Yeah. You blow my spot up, I'm gonna make sure you get blown up because I'm gonna have these pro day camps for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna advertise us. You did like you know what I'm saying? And so yeah,
and that's how I always viewed him. And it's like, bro, I'm looking at dude with a side eye. It's like I don't know if you peeped his little conference down there in Arkansas. I'm like, bro, this man can sell snow to an Eskimo man, bro. I swear, bro. And it's like he knows how to say all the right things.
He do.
You can't knock him for that. I'm like, look at this, bro. Even the little video that he made to Kentucky, like I'm leaving, things are just. And I'm like, come on,
he made it look so. It didn't even look like he was crying a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie.
He sold it, didn't he?
He sold it. Hey, he sold that bad boy to where I was like, yeah, he's getting an Oscar for this.
Swear, and honestly, man, I'm being 1,000% honest. That's why I felt like this whole entire time he was selling the university false dreams. He had no care in the world about winning championships. Every big blue madness, everything, he was always gloating about how many people went to the league.
Yeah.
It was never about building the program.
It was building the family of the players. That was it.
That's it. To where now, guess what? He got at least 50 kids that's went pro that's ready to ride for him. So it's like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. Kentucky can be mad all they want to. Yeah, I'm bringing them with me wherever I go. And I know they're going to pull up as soon as I call.
With no problem. And why would they? You know what I'm saying? I was on Twitter, X or whatever, and I seen what John Wall said. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm always rock with Cal, but my home is Kentucky. But that's what's going to happen. They're going to get the players to come down there and do the same thing. He's going to take Arkansas players to Drake's house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that. Hey, I'm here. Yeah, they're going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same thing, just at a different school. So Arkansas is going to get the juice and whatever and that makes even a different type of picture now because now you have NIL involved. Oh, man.
That's the key right there.
That's the big ticket.
That's
now.
The key. And when I saw
NIL, man,
whether or not it was true or not, I saw some of the little stipulations that he was like, if I take this job, I need everybody on board with the NILs, and they talking about the boosters, Tyson, and all that. They was like, hey,
he got $6 million to work with.
Do what you got to do. The money gonna be there.
$6 million to work with. Come on now.
The money gonna be there.
It's on and popping. It's definitely on and popping. He also, to me, like I said, that comment I sent you about, you know what I'm saying, what dude said on Twitter, he lost his thrill too because, you know what I'm saying, he always wanted to torture Pitino.
Yeah.
And so you got to think when he came to Kentucky, he knew Pitino. He was going to see him at least once a year.
Yeah.
And then in the tournament, made it even sweeter for him. You know, when we did our thing. So now Pitino left. It was like, I got the ring. I'm dominating Louisville. I'm keeping y'all happy, but that didn't keep us happy because you know what we about. We want the big deal.
We want the big one.
So you know what I'm saying? So he got comfortable with that, and then none of the teams we had shouldn't have never. We should have always at least made the Sweet 16. Even the year when we lost New Orleans, we shouldn't have made it to no NIT, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Just off of talent alone. And I'm gonna get to the comments real quick. Shout out to Robert on the live. I mean, I get he's 65, but I feel we're in a bad spot right now on finding a coach. Shout out to the other Robert from back home. He said also Cal checked out 5 years ago and gave up. It was clear things were on a slow decline after he choked in 2015, and it really got bad. And that's my issue. It's like, again, when I watch basketball, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at body language. I'm looking at comments. I'm looking at the press after the game. I want to hear everything that you're saying because to me, I'm piecing together the big picture in terms, how do you really feel about this gig? How do you really feel about this team? And I always used to hate how he was like, oh, we're a young bunch. We're this and that. When it's like their talent put them in the perfect spot. We're down 2 or down 1 with 30 seconds left. This is where now you're supposed to do your job. Put them where they need to be at now. If they miss,
the shot that we
cool.
To have.
If they miss, you live with it. But it's like I've seen several games. We'll get the rebound. We got 20 seconds. He won't call a timeout. The kids are scrambling. They fumbling around. And before you know it, we got to throw up some BS and then lose the game. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then he'll come to the press conference. Oh, we're a young bunch. We're good. Nah, bro.
You get tired of hearing that. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be young every year because you bring them in and push them right out the door. You bring them in, you push them right out it was a revolving door. So I definitely got tired of hearing that we're young because I know that. We all knew that. Not a Kentucky fan in this world didn't know that we're young. I mean, it is what it is. So what you going to do with it?
Exactly.
We have the talent to compete with anybody, to beat anybody. So there's no way we should have went out the way that we be going out, man. I'm sorry. So yeah, if you know what? I'm sorry, Kentucky. I bash Cal too. So hey,
it makes you mad as hell,
real,
bro.
Man, swear to God, it do, man, for real. Because man, I'm telling you, you look, 15 years, 1 ring. We should have had at least 4, guaranteed 4. We ain't got to count to 40 in no year. We still should have had at least 4.
Easily. In my
no way
opinion.
UConn should have beat us twice.
Facts. Like I said, in all of it, if you chop it up and it's like, you know what, they had the better team, you just got to live with it, then cool. But technically, they didn't.
Neither time.
And I'm like, where is your coaching at? And this is perfect. The setup for who we are going to discuss in terms of who do you think is a good fit for right now. And it's hard because of the transfer portal, the NILs and all of that. So now everybody has a fair shot. It's almost like I'm going to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
And now you got to compete with that. And it's like almost like you got to buy these kids or persuade them into coming. But going back to him, it's like if somebody asked you right now, what's his coaching philosophy? What is it? Like, what do you throw out the recruiting part? What is Calipari known for? And then people be like, oh, dribble drive. And I'm like, that shit wasn't working.
I just think it's just kids running in circles.
That's it, bro. And it's like,
you hand the ball off to him, he run that way. You hand him off to him, he go that way. I mean, that's what I thought it was the whole time. I mean,
but
it didn't look like it was setting up nothing. Then maybe somebody got caught up in the pick. There's the lob. Or the open 3.
But that's the thing, because it was like, in my opinion, I'm like, okay, the first few years, or even if you go back to Derrick Rose was one of the fastest kids in the country. Athletic as hell.
Yeah, boy.
So this whole dribble drive thing is trying to move the ball until you get a nice mismatch, or once that lane open up, turn that corner and go showcase your talents to the whole world.
Yeah.
So John Wall and them, boom, boom,
Perfect
boom,
with it.
flying all around. So then we get them years where we didn't have no real athletic
No,
kids.
that was fast like Wall or De'Aaron Fox. We didn't have that.
We didn't have no shooters on the wing to stretch the floor. So most teams would just zone up and close the paint. And now we sitting here like, all right, it ain't working, coach. What we do?
What we do, exactly.
Keep running it. Keep running. And I'm like, no, man, what the hell? I'm
That's
like,
what
dog.
That's what he'll do too. Just keep running it.
Even
man.
the Oakland joint, I'm like, okay, bro. They're packing the paint. They're taking the driving lanes and all of that away from you. I'm looking at Dillingham, them, they like, all right, I don't know. Now they forcing shots.
Yeah,
You could tell they was
shots.
uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, dog, adjust it.
He didn't do it.
And it's like, okay, either you don't know how to do it, or you was so checked out where he's like, fuck it, I don't care.
I'm out of here anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog.
I'm out of here anyway.
Cal has no half-court offense, period. Cal made claim in his Arkansas speech that his 96 UMass team was cheated versus Kentucky. Oh, Lord, they going off in the comments, man. I can't keep up with it all.
I already know, man, because you dig. I mean, it's...
Also made claim that Arkansas was a blue blood. I heard bits and pieces of him saying that craziness, but I was just like, bro, I'm not following him. I don't care what he does. I don't care what Arkansas does. I'm not that, like, I've seen people that's been like so empathetic. It's like, oh, I'm gonna always ride with Cal because he changed this program around. I'm like, bro, he left us high and dry. Like, are we really not gonna look at the big picture, bro?
You gotta look at the big picture, man.
I'm like, all the recruits is gone. Everything. I was like, bro, we literally finna hit the reset button.
Man, you dig? Like, it's like Billy Gillespie without Billy Gillespie. That's what it is, bro. That's exactly what we could be on some old. Who do we get? What's good for us? Man, this is.
It's hard, man. Agree with the dribble drive. He wants to run the score up. Don't play defense. I agree. It was time for a new coach. I just hate that we're in crunch mode. I'm definitely gonna miss all the hype that comes with Cal. And that's a very valid statement. Yeah. And that's why I said in the episode with LaShawn, I was like, I was never calling for his head. Like, he needs to be fired. I was like, bro, just retool your coaching staff. Put some defensive-minded people on your staff. Yeah. And I'm like, keep him because we know what he brings. We know every kid in the country is looking at Cal because they know what his resume entails, bro. I'm getting to the league because he going to bring the spotlight. Like you said, he going to bring the celebrities. Yeah, Drake, dog. If I see Drake down in Arkansas, man, I may have to quit listening to Drake, dog. I'm like, man, but it's like, I told my wife, I'm like, he got the gift of gab, bro, and you can't be mad at him for that. I just said it earlier. I was like, he can sell snow to an Eskimo, bro, and I'm like, some people just got the ability to sweet talk shit, and I feel like that's him. So, who do you think right now, currently, would be a good fit?
Well, I was honestly hoping UConn would lose, but I knew it wasn't going to go down like that because they was just too damn good.
They was tough.
Man, like, I like how Dan and Hurley got them together up there, man. Like, you got to think, before they won those two back-to-back, UConn was doing decent, and then they was horrible, but now he's got them to where, like, you can almost, you dig, I mean, they don't want 6 in this time frame, man. So, yeah. We ain't getting him. Scott Drew said no. So if it was up to me, I like energy, and I like a guy that's, he's going to be involved. So I definitely would look at Bruce Pearl.
That's what Rob just said on here, too.
I would definitely look at Bruce, man, because Bruce, you dig, he, as my homie would call him, Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk, you know what I'm saying? See him come to the game painted up in blue. You know he's going to do it. And he looked like he just want to walk in that door and just be like, I finally got this job. He do. He definitely looked like he want to do that. So, me, I go out to Bruce.
I
you
think
can get Billy D, but I take Bruce.
I keep hearing his name come up, and I'm like, I ain't sold on his methods either, Donovan.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. Shout out to Brandon from Beef's Beef. He a Louisville fan on here. Mark Pope. Come on, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, I
Look,
might
they
have to apologize to Louisville, bro, because I'm like, the last 2 years, you know what? I ain't going to say apologize because I wasn't riding y'all as hard as I normally would in years past because I was actually on board with Kenny Payne
yeah.
simply based off of, like I was saying with Cal. He was trying to build a coaching staff and do things. I felt like he didn't have the right amount of time to make it work. But I ain't going down that rabbit hole. It's all about us today.
Yeah. And somebody even hollered about Kenny Payne. I said, bro, slap yourself, man. We not gonna get no Kenny Payne,
That
man.
man ain't finna land
Why
a
would
job
we
no time soon,
why would
bro.
we take 2 years or more? Oh, come on, man. Look, before we get Kenny, I take Billy back. And I go have a drink with him. You feel me? So that's just not
Swear.
happening. It's not happening. For
A
real.
lot of people, I've seen some people in support of it, but then I've seen some people that was like, nah, I don't want him back here. Me personally, bro, I want Rick Pitino.
I seen it.
I want Rick Pitino, bro. He already knows what it would take. He understands the circumstance. He understands the expectations. He still has the old school mind and feel to the game. And I get it. He's one of them coaches that's kind of against NIL and stuff like that. So that may be a bump in the road in terms of landing different kids. But I'm old school minded, bro. I just want to see good basketball, good principles. I want to see a group of young men that's coming in there ready to work and do whatever it takes to compete.
And
Not
to win.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not here to try to build my damn draft stock, bro. Like that's the only thing that kept making me mad. I'm like, bro, do y'all not see that these kids don't care about this university?
No.
They here because they know, guess what? This is the pit stop.
Yeah.
All the ESPN cameras and everything is going to be
The big lights.
on Kentucky. And this is where I need to go to get my name in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bruh, I'm not cool with that. Yeah. Louisville would be sick. Pitino could give us a good 5 years and would do well, no doubt. Ricky could come in and get it set up for Little Richard. Now look, y'all pushing it now. I don't know about all that, but I'm being honest. Like I'm looking at, in my opinion, who I would feel needs to be qualified for the position. You understand what you stepping into. You understand the history of the school. You get a full understanding of why the fans are passionate as they are. That's key. Not everybody's built for that. That's why I feel like not everybody's built for Louisville either. Yeah, we call them little brother and joke around, but I'm like, Louisville, in most people's eyes, is still a top tier program.
It is.
You may not look at them like your Carolinas, your Dukes, and things like that, but in terms of known across the board, if somebody says Louisville, most people are going to know.
Yeah, I mean, you have no choice but to know. I mean,
so it's like that ain't just your regular, no disrespect to a Western or Moorhead or whatever. Like, that ain't that kind of job.
No,
like,
it's not. There's pressure with that.
Right.
And people know, and that's why a lot of these coaches don't want to walk in that door because Kentucky fans bring pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do this in 4 years, we got a problem. Like, it's not that simple for real no more because you got, like you said, the portal and the NIL. It's not as simple like that no more where that front name is going to rock and make you come. Because now it's like, how much can you get me?
Yep.
How much can you get me? Oh, you got $10 million for me to do this or whatever? I'm coming. And I'm going to come on with me.
Right.
Bring my boys with me. You going to promise them something? Come on, bring you too. So there it is right there. So this is going to be a hell of a search.
It's crazy because, bro, like they literally running out of options. And it's like at this point, who do you go and get? And it's like, hell, you damn near have to go drag somebody out of retirement or something. Yeah. And it's like,
Jay Wright don't want it.
He said he don't want it.
He don't want that headache.
Um,
Like I said, our fans is they something else. Yeah.
say Louisville or squirt to the ceiling, people know. Oh man.
I'm just saying, man.
That's why I was like, man, this might be karma, man. I've been laughing at them birds for the last 2 years, and I'm like, shit, we.
I couldn't even laugh at them. I had already expected. Only thing I did laugh at was the fact that I was like, y'all probably not even gonna win like 6 conference games. I did laugh about that. I was right, you know what I'm saying? So I want to apologize. I don't even want this karma.
Swear.
I feel like we about to be fucked.
It's not looking good at all.
Right
Like I
now,
said, it caught everybody.
And it caught us. It caught us off guard, bro. That was like getting punched by Tyson for no reason, just because you looked at it or something. You know what I mean? That's what that
Yeah.
was right there. So Cal threw a hell of a punch. And when
But
he
you know
threw
what? Real quick, shifting gears. But I feel like he knew this would be his perfect opportunity to skate scot free. In my opinion, this is just me. They just sat there just the other day and was like, "Oh, we're gonna come back one more year. I'm dedicated to this," and I'm blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Bruh, you selling this shit to all the Kentucky fans, and then literally 3 or 4 days later, here come this bombshell. Here come the articles talking about you was really tapped out in February, the Ohio State gig," and I'm like, okay, he knew what was in the making. He knew that if we lost early, this seat is no longer warm. This is hot. This is a hot seat.
like you on fire right now.
And before I give the university the opportunity to let me go, and which may tarnish my reputation or hurt me in terms of recruiting and things like that, I'm going to ride out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch y'all while everybody watching Caitlin Clark and getting ready for the UConn and everything else, and I'm going to slide on through there. That's why I'm like, bro, I don't rock with him for those reasons, man.
That's why that video I saw, he's like, I was waiting till after the national championship game so don't nobody know what I'm going to do. You been knowing. Like you said, you been knowing. You was just not trying to, like we was talking more about than the actual game itself until it came on. We was just the topic. So it's like,
and even with that, bro, think about this. Like real shit. And for those that's on the live, I still feel like he strategically done that because guess what? Every college kid in America, they ain't playing no games. Everybody's geared up, getting ready to watch the championship. So all eyes is on the sports networks and the channels and shit.
And that breaking news bar.
And that transfer portal is wide open. Arkansas done gutted the whole team. It's an open field that here, if you want to come now, he has his choice of, I don't want this kid, I want that one. Do you know how many people finna try to come to Arkansas now? So now he can sit there and hand select his whole entire roster.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. He knew what he was doing.
He's picking flowers. He's picking the best roses because he know it's going to smell good the way he's picking it. That's what he's doing. He's picking the best roses because he knows it's going to smell good, man.
Rumor has it.
Side pics. Oh, it's going to be annoying now.
Swear.
It's going to be annoying, man.
I think he thought y'all would beg him to stay, and it just wasn't happening. It's like,
yeah.
I see a lot of people that's like angry, like, oh, I don't care who they get as a coach. I hope they all see that the fans is going to run them off. And I'm like, bruh, you can't say people are running off a coach that's been here for 15 years. You got the best kids, and you ain't doing nothing with them, bruh. Like, we can't keep getting excited for Big Blue Madness, and that's the highlight of the year, bruh. Like, that's crazy.
Because that's all we do. We get excited to get nothing. That's what it's
Don't even get close. I'm like, hell, at least be the runner-up or something.
Yeah.
Do
that's
something.
What I'm saying, man. Like, that fire was gone, man. It definitely was. So basically, you know, shout out to FanDuel for coming to Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? Because for real, because, I mean, just off of that, man, you knew what you was getting. You knew about the players, but you just didn't know what you was going to get from Cal. And
at all.
Some of the games he gave us, it was just
you knew what you was gonna get. Yeah. We're a young team. I'm a tweak some things mid-season, and then we still go to the tournament and lose anyway. And I'm like, bro, what did you tweak?
Right? Who got tweaked?
What did you tweak?
What? Because you put a big man out there finally that's 7 foot? I mean, what? What did you actually do? Like when we had Sheway, man, this guy was getting almost 20 rebounds a game. Why are we not dominating more better than what we doing, man? And I get it. Sheway, he didn't really have what you said, a good mid-range game. But Cal didn't take advantage of some of the mismatches that he did have when Sheway was out there. Sheway had to find to get that shit on his own. So
I loved his motor. And honestly, I felt like
workhorse.
If those years they kept trying to make him a dominant post player, and that wasn't really his game. He's like a cleanup guy, if you ask me. He's gonna hustle, get the ball off the boards, put it back. But in terms of trying to make him the focus, I'm like, nah, I didn't agree with that. But it's like, shit, you look at the year we had Bam, and they treated him like how he should have been treating Oscar. You ain't even looking at Bam, and Bam was like, bruh, he could have dominated the whole college scene. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, you don't understand who you recruiting, bro. You got Monk, you got Fox. Monk can shoot the hell out this ball. Fox can get to the rim anytime he want to. He got a nice 15-foot pull-up.
You see what he did to what's his name? You see what he did to Ball? In the tournament, he gave him the blues, man.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, but then we'll get in the game and you won't play through Bam when he got the mismatch. You making Bam get his points off of putbacks and shit. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Bam, and look what Bam's doing now. He's dominant.
It's
man.
crazy. It's crazy. But you know what? And again, I said this whole thing wasn't to bash Cal. It's not. And real quick, I do think the fans are crazy as hell. We tracking planes and calling Texas restaurants. I read that this morning, and it's like, that's somebody with too much time on their hands. And that'll scare somebody off, too. Yeah. I get that. Cal's philosophy is always to blame someone else and not man up and admit his shit is broke and needs fixing. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
But it's like,
yes,
if you look at them after they leave here, Jamal Murray, Shea. I honestly feel like Shea should be the MVP right now, but you know politics. Mm-hmm. They got to, give it to Joker and this and that, and they got to sell headlines.
And we ain't going to get into that, but yeah.
But it's like Booker. Mm-hmm. You go down the list and just name, I'm like, bro, they in the league all-stars now. Yeah. Which means, in my opinion, they had the skill set. They had the ability. As a coach, bro, it's your job to tap into it and make it all gel.
Mold it together.
Man. And I'm
to be one solid unit. You mold it together to be one, and then we would have been on point. Because if Patino would have had that, oh, my God.
Bro, that's why I want him, bro, because.
You know what, now the more I sit and think, you know what? Sometimes, like you said, sometimes you got to go back to move forward. I take old Slick Rick right back now. I take Slick Rick.
I want Rick, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I want Rick. What I'm saying? I don't care what happened in the restaurant. I forgive you. Yeah, I don't care what happened in the restaurant. I forgive you. You come on back. Plus, it wasn't even on our campus. It was here. So you definitely can come back.
No, but it's like, if you think about the years that he was here in Louisville, and that full court press and them traps and things that he was bringing to the game, I was like, bro, that's what I want. That's what I was hoping and praying Calipari would do with his kids. And it's like, even if you look at our last game against Oakland, when he tried the full court press, we wasn't getting no stops. They were just getting wide open. Like, I'm like, bro, that's a team that don't have no defensive principles instilled in them at all. And it's like,
it was our offense. That's all it was.
Exactly. All these kids is like, I'm just trying to get a bucket, bro. And it's like, if you can't sit down in a chair, look at what UConn done to Purdue. It's like, all right, we going to let Edie get his.
He going to get his. We going to make
everybody else it's a wrap.
Shut them down.
And it's like,
and old boy gave him a run for his money. Was a Donovan? Yeah, the UConn center. He gave him a good run for his money, too. I like seeing big guys,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like, bro, I get it. The NBA is different. They done moved to the small ball and position this and that. And it's like, in my opinion, Cal was trying to bring that to the collegiate level. If you looked at the recruits and things that he was getting, and I get it, that's his whole thought process in terms of getting them prepared for the NBA. We're gonna try to run an NBA free flowing style offense and things like that.
Yeah.
But then when we would run up against teams who had a defensive minded coach and shit like that, bro, we didn't know what to do.
He just prayed and hoped that we would get out with talent.
Exactly. And I'm
And
like,
that
it don't
It
work.
don't always work, man. And it didn't. It showed. It showed several games this year. It didn't work.
It's crazy. Let me ask y'all this. Back in the day, coaches would run to coach Kentucky. Do you feel that has changed? I mean, we offered someone 11 to 12 million. It would make them the top paid coach in all of collegiate sports. We've been told no twice. I think this is what makes me think we're in for a rude awakening. Things have definitely changed, and I do feel like, in a sense, yes, we're still trying to hold on to the glory days, or we're hanging on to the past, so to speak. But I just feel like, bro, like that's what the expectation is. It's no different than if you took the job for the Celtics or the Lakers or the
Yeah.
Yankees. Or somebody's like,
when
bro,
you come here, you know what we expecting.
you got a certain amount of time before we like, hey,
What's up?
exactly, exactly.
Step in my office. We need to talk again. Because 5 years ago, we talked about this, and you ain't even made it nowhere near what you said you was trying to
Nowhere
do.
near it. But I will say this, Rob. I feel like 15 years ago, you had more notable coaches still coaching. Now it ain't no big names that you can't go after a Roy Williams or Coach K. And I'm just throwing out names, Bayheim, and it's like them were the caliber coaches that you would hope that you could try to sway and convince them to come and take a job like a Kentucky. It's like the names that people been throwing out this week. I'm sitting there like, what's old buddy from Baylor really like?
Was he really locked in
He
on trying to leave? I don't think he was, man.
like he ain't moving
I
no
mean, not to
needles for
mention,
me.
he just, I've never been a big Scott Drew fan, no ways. You know what I'm saying? Just
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, nah, he didn't move the needle.
the only person that really, like I said, if I couldn't get him, and then that's cool. But Dan Hurley, because I like the way he makes his guys play defense, and defense wins games.
That's
what
it.
you need, man.
That's it.
I mean, for real.
Swear. That is
I would
it.
love for that to been it, but
And so I was just like, bro, I'm like, you can't erase what Cal done for the university. And that's why I feel like, when I hear Cousins speak and say different things, it's like technically he's not wrong, but I feel like he's speaking from emotions, and it shows you that those recruits are not really tapped into the university. They're tapped into Cal. They're loyal to Cal. And it's like I've heard him on several, podcasts and things, even when he was talking about the NIL and stuff like that. He's like, man, fuck these colleges, fuck this and fuck that. So it shows you the mind frame. It's like I could care less about the school. And I feel like that's what we need to get back to. Whoever you hire, you need to understand that it's the university first.
yeah, because that's who you heard for, the university, and that's what it was. That's why he said a players first program.
Man,
I mean, he only initiated what he was talking about.
Right.
Players first.
so I said
So
it. If
look
you,
at the players that we got, and we definitely had the players.
Yeah, that's why I was
We
like, nah, he's
definitely
a
had the
slick
players.
talker, man.
Yeah.
I peeped game a long time ago. That's why last night I went back on my search history on Facebook, and I'm pulling up posts from 10, 12 years ago, back when we was in the Cars versus Cats and all that. And I'm sitting, I'm like, bruh, do y'all not see all the stuff that he's saying? But we making Final Four runs, so you can't really say nothing.
Nah, you can't.
It's like, bro, we getting to the Final
but
Four every year.
If you look at them runs, though, and you actually pay attention, we only getting there because these guys is really balling. You know what I'm saying? Because now you dig, like I said, NIL's been around for how long? What, 2 years? So now it's a whole new game.
Yeah,
Now it's like, all right, it don't even matter no more. Because the weakest school can get the best player now because, hey, we'll pay you just to come. We already know where you're trying to go.
yeah,
You're trying to be on the mainstream. So you want to be on ESPN, all the big networks, whatever's going to show you and showcase your talent. That's what you're trying to do. So when you do that, you're going for the glory. You're going to do your thing. And that's what they did. Our team did that. But there's nights you be like, we don't need that. We need actual, hey, get them heard to get this
right,
done so we can walk out with a W instead of a fucking L.
exactly. And that's why, look, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever's on the live still, chime in on the comments. Every year, most schools have some form of an open practice, big blue madness type thing. It may not be as big as what Kentucky does because we done made that our little tradition or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like based on the highlights and things that I've seen of other schools, the Kansas, North Carolinas, and things like that. I don't never hear a Roy Williams or a Coach K. Ooh, I got Kyrie Irving into the NBA.
Yeah.
I got Tatum
No.
into the NBA. Like, bro, that ain't their focus.
No.
And that's why I'm saying that every year he's selling the fan base a dream. But guess what? He already got the recruits for the next year sitting on the sidelines. He's
Waiting.
pitching it to them. It ain't for the fans.
No.
It's for the next group of kids. And I'm like,
Every year.
why isn't anybody seeing this?
Yes, every year. That's exactly, yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
bro,
what
I'm
he's
like,
doing.
he should be a damn politician at this point, bro. I'm
Hey,
like,
he
man.
never got my vote because he definitely did. Like you said, you line them up. You know what I'm saying? You pull them in. You got the Harrison twins. You had Randall. You had James Young, Dakari Johnson. I mean, you throw these names out. Oh, what's that? Trey Lyles. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And like you said, whoever's already here, you telling the next group, hey, look, the group before them, 5 of them went first round, top
Yeah.
5. That could be you. Yeah, that's what
That's
that
what
was
I'm
his
saying,
system.
bro. I'm sure you done been a big blue madness at some point. Before they even come out, they got a whole 10-minute reel of this kid went to the NBA, that kid went to the NBA, this kid went to the NBA,
Let
this
them
and
speak
that,
at
that. And I'm like, bruh, like
yeah,
I was like, maybe I'm the grumpy old guy or something. I kept taking the bullets on social media. People was like, bruh, are you a fan or not? Because you don't sound like it.
you a fan, but you being a realist at the same time, and you gotta recognize game, and that's what that man was doing. He was shooting a lot of juice to us.
Swear.
He was shooting that juice, man. And what are we doing? We like junkies. We was eating it up because yes, we got the number 1 player. We got the number 2.
And giving him a blank check every time. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I saw something where they was like, in 15 years, he made 135 million. I swear, I was like, nah, we gonna have to fact check that. But I was like, bruh, if that man walked away with 135 million over the course of 15 years,
And 1 title, man.
I'm like,
he pimped us.
I'm like, he ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing to
He
worry
got
about.
Tyson chicken money himself.
I'm like, bro, I don't know how accurate that is. I read a lot of different things, and it's like with the internet and stuff, you don't know what's a credible, resource, anything like that no more. But I swear, I'm like 135 million.
If he makes that much, oh my God.
I'm like, bro,
I might want to coach us.
Man. But it's just wild, bro. I'm just like, I don't understand when the game no longer became about developing players. And as it is, we'll jump off here. Great conversation, man. I appreciate everybody that's been in the comment section. I feel like overall, the biggest names that's come up on a regular is either Bruce Pearl, Donovan. Many ain't gonna agree with me, but it's like I honestly feel like Patino, man. He done already kind of made little comments about his time up there at St. John's.
He misses, man.
He ain't really happy, so it's like, hey,
He misses, man.
the door's open.
Mitch, pick up the phone, man.
The
Go on and
door's
call
open.
him, man. Yeah.
The fan base may be mad for a couple months or whatever, but guess what?
They get over it. Cause I put it this way: if Rick was to come back, I believe he'll get a ring quicker than Calipari would, just because I think I might like Rick's far back. Now I can get you because I'm at a big school. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we get NIL money. That name, Kentucky's name, is still gonna ring a bell no matter what. So
right.
Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky gonna ring louder than St. John, and he's always gonna get some New York cats. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get Rick. Let's do it.
Tell Rick, come on home.
Yeah, you did.
I gotta go. My kids make it to where I can't enjoy. Hey, that's why mine upstairs. I told him when bro pulled out, I was like, look, I'm getting ready to record, man. Y'all go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, your tablets, do whatever you gotta do. Perfect analogy of Cal that's been said. He's a con man and a snake oil salesman. Like, swear, bro. That's just how I felt. I've always felt that way. I'm just like, bro, when you walk into a room of people, if you just sit back and just peep game, you'll see who real genuine and who's just talking and who full of shit. Excuse my language. Yeah. And that's the kind of person that I am. Most people's like, oh, he's so quiet, he's shy. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm really trying to fill out
the scenery.
Who's solid?
Yeah.
Cause you don't just invite everybody into your space and it's like that. People be plotting and scheming and they smiling in your face, but they got a whole different motive.
Yeah,
exactly.
Got a whole different motive.
And that's why to this day, I feel like he had the juice in Memphis. Gillespie was on the hot seat. This is the perfect opportunity to get under the big spotlight.
Yeah. And even Dick Vitale said something about it. They said if Cal want to be up there with the best of the best, he's going to have to get a job like Kentucky. And boom. Perfect scenario. Gillespie's gone. The door was open.
It was perfect. And I'm going to back up the Brinks truck. I'm going to bring all these kids in. I'm helping them get money. They helping me get lifetime contracts. And now that it's like, damn, we ain't winning no more. Shit getting hot. I'm going to go down here to Arkansas where it ain't no expectations.
No.
And guess what? Kentucky 2.0.
Yeah.
Everybody's
less
excited.
Expectations.
Exactly.
That's it.
Everybody's excited. He's going to bring the recruits. They going to win a bunch of games. And then he going to keep getting extensions and everything else. And now he ain't even under the pressure of having to win every year. They'll just be glad with making a deep run.
I say I give him 3 years. He'll be in the Final Four with him.
If not next year, hell, let's be realistic.
Real talk. If not next year.
That's why I'm like, bro, I can't wait.
I'm gonna see what FanDuel odds is. I like money. You
and me both.
You dig? So I'm definitely, you dig? Hey, I can't. As soon as I see his roster, I'm gonna see what FanDuel got to say about that.
Man, that's what I'm telling you. I was like, bro, like this is the perfect recipe, bro. When I saw he got one kid that's still there, he may even make him leave, and I'm like, bro, the transfer portal. You got a top what was they number 2 class, number 1 or number 2?
Yeah.
And it's like, I get to handpick who I want out the portal.
Yes.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Like a fat kid at a candy store, just like, ooh, nougat. Give me that Snickers, creamy nougat. I need that.
Swear. That's why I'm like, come on, man. I was like, nah, he's a perfect con artist, but you can't be mad at him.
I ain't.
Can't be mad at him.
I'm gonna miss the recruits, but I ain't gonna miss the bull crap
at all.
And that's real talk
at all. And that's why after this I'm done. I'm like, bro. That's why for me sitting back watching basketball, as much basketball as I consume, it's like I want to see defense. I understand the game is different. Everybody's offensive sets and everybody's got the ability to go score 1 through 5. Anybody can go get a bucket now. I get that. But where is the challenge at on the other side of it? Like, you're going to have to earn that bucket.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go get it. So you telling me that Shepard, Dillingham, Reeves, they all buckets. But you can't use that athleticism and go lock somebody up on the perimeter?
And Shepard already showed you flashes of defense.
Man.
He already showed that. So I'm like, how you not?
That's why I was peed off, too, because I was like, if we sitting at home and we like, you know what? He could benefit from coming back another year. But you look in the newspaper, he a top 10 pick. Who gonna turn that down?
And that's the key right there. Top 10. Hell, I got him going at least 5.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, I'm like,
Dillingham is a 6 or 4.
that
You know what I
works
mean?
in Cal's favor too. But I'm like, bro, when you listen to what DeMarcus Cousins is saying, it's like we changed everything. We changed the culture. I'm like, bro, do y'all not realize Mashburn them was juniors and seniors and Delks and this and that? They earned the respect.
Yeah.
People love them in this state for what they done and what we saw them do on both ends of the floor.
For 4 years.
You earned them stripes. Where now we gave all these kids shower and praise because they was a top recruit. We making these kids a household name, and you always a Kentucky Wildcat. You are for 6 months of work. You always welcome to come back. You always like. Here's the honorary Y for the game today. This person, I'm like, bruh, you giving these kids too much praise, and it makes me sound like a hater. I'm not trying to be, but I'm like,
but at the end of the day, it's real facts on that.
It's some legendary names that put that uniform on and actually won chips.
Yeah. And even if they didn't win chips, they gave their blood, sweat, and tears on that floor for 3 or 4 years.
Man.
Easily. Chuck Hayes, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on, man. But I'm just saying. Yeah, so.
That was the year I was there. Chuck Hayes. Was Bogans there?
Bogans. I think, let's see.
Eric Daniels.
Okay, yeah.
Then was the years of that I had just got to UK, and I'm like, bro, like, there wasn't no big superstar names and shit, but they went out there and left it on the floor. And that's the expectation from a Kentucky fan. It's like, okay, you got the top names in the country. If you instill something in these kids where they're going to leave it all out on the floor, we should sweep through all this shit.
With no problem. Get the broom.
It's like, come on, man. Like, nah.
Well, like I said, he feels like he got that one title and was beating Louisville, and he felt like that was good enough, and it wasn't.
At all.
It wasn't. And, like, it got to the point where, honestly, the rivalry started getting a little stale because it's like, it's very lopsided.
We supposed to beat them.
I mean,
if we don't win by 20, something wrong.
And that was the key. If we didn't win by 20, something was wrong because why are they even hanging with us?
Exactly.
And
there was a few of them games where it's like, man.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Oh, this is a rivalry game. It's always going to be tough. Nah, bro. We got the number one center, the number one point guard, the third best shooting guard. We like, nah, we supposed to run them out the building.
No way. They shouldn't even be allowed to play that close. You know what I'm saying?
Swear.
But it was.
Good shit, though. If a good hire is made, believe there's a small chance for Reed to return because of his family ties to UK. Would love to see him and Travis Perry hoop together, 2 homegrown ballers. Is he still going to stay? Some of y'all may know. I don't know.
I haven't heard nothing about him yet.
Okay.
I've been reading.
I was curious.
He ain't no word on him yet. But I said that too, though. Whoever we get as a coach, and when he does a thing, if he can walk in there with Reed, I think that'll bring some people back, man. Like some names we can actually use because they know Reed gonna hoop. Right. And then whoever the coach is, like this, it'd be nice. Like you said, get Rick, the coach, father, and the son. That'd be dope.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Like I'm gonna wait and let it all unfold. Like I said, I understand. Like right now, Big Blue Nation is just like on the edge of their seat. Like
because it's how it happened. So yeah, they on the edge, but patience is a virtue. So I'm willing to wait. I ain't in no hurry. Hell, we still got months away before basketball even start again. Anyways,
exactly.
We're talking about football. See what Stoops and them gonna do. So
yeah.
Till then, we just gotta be patient and ride this wave.
That's it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, man. That's it, man.
That's the perfect closing right there, man. I definitely appreciate you pulling up, man. This was a dope conversation.
Yes, sir.
I enjoyed it. You got to pull back up, man. You welcome. Get E in here and chop it up and this and that.
Yeah. We definitely got to get E in here.
Nah, for real, man. That's why I tell people, man. The mic always open, man. I really mean that. Like, just holler at me and we'll make shit happen. Appreciate y'all that's been on the live rocking with me. The last time I checked, I'm at 593 subscribers. I think I'm trying to get to 600. Once we get to 600, we'll start working our way up to 1,000. And y'all
It's
know the
coming.
routine.
It's coming.
Like you said, patience, man.
Patience
That's
is
some
coming.
of the hardest things that I got to deal with, because sometimes I feel like I'm putting out too much. Just people don't have time to sit down and listen to it, or it may be topics that people don't care about. But then it's like I have fun while I'm doing it. As you see, we ain't had
Yeah.
no paper, no notes, no nothing, bro. We just chopping it up.
Yeah, it's like barbershop talk.
And I enjoy every bit of it. So it's like it's fun to me. So I'm gonna be patient. Everything will work out how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like I said, till we meet again, man. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Appreciate everybody that's been on the live. Rob, I
Yes.
definitely appreciate you. We out.
Ass toasted, no competition. Amnesia coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's in the twine. Amnesia coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. That I can't deny. Amnesia coasting. Goody, fine wine, fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high class.